It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and comics from all over. The Talk Funny podcast from Nagoyaradio.com and Nagoyacomedy. And now to introduce Mark Bailey, here is Gilbert Gottfried.
He tends to talk funny. Here's Mark Bailey.
Welcome back to Talk Funny. I'm Mark Bailey, and we really appreciate everybody listening. I'm here with Mike Miller from Nagoyacomedy and also our special guest. And we're not going to go through the name every time. We're going to call you Andy or Tuffy, but people know who you are. Okay, so when I first came to Japan, I came to Japan like a few seconds later, but I came to Japan.
That was a nice pause.
Yeah. So when I first came here, I worked at Eon, and we had a meeting, and apparently this happens a lot, but the manager said to all the guy teachers, don't date your students, okay? Rule number 1, don't date your students. Rule number 2, don't date your students. Rule number 3, if students want to date you, don't. Rule number 4, don't go out with students. Rule number 5, don't patronize with students. And so, any questions? Can we date students? I said, we hadn't met the students yet. I'm like, well, it's not going to be a problem. I mean, they're boring girls with glasses and nerds and, I mean, from what I saw in the 60s and from Playboy from the 71 and stuff, And so I said, well, I haven't met they said, so pledge that you're not going to date your students. I'm like, well, I don't know. I haven't met them yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Swing. I don't know what's going to happen, right?
What if you just one day close your eyes, pucker your lips, and a cheek comes on your lips, and you're both naked in a hotel, and it's a student?
That's not dating, is it?
Yeah, it's not dating.
No.
I think it's just a random chance encounter.
So here's my coordinator was an Italian guy, it was an Italian-American guy, and he goes, don't ever date your students, don't ever date your students, don't ever date your students. And I said, so, are you married here? He goes, yeah. He goes, I said, your wife's Japanese? Yeah. How'd you meet her? She was a student. Okay, do as I say, not as I... Screw. All right, your story.
Yeah, and why? Just a question. And why is it that so many women want to take English lessons from foreigners?
Yeah, that's Eon's, their whole advertising campaign was.
Why do they have handsome guys on their posters?
Yeah, the Eon advertising was all about get out, broaden your horizons. By horizons, they mean vagina. Meet new people. By meet new people, they mean learn to deep throat. You know what I mean? Another, damn it! Explicit, damn you, Mike. We keep getting
Passport Japan.
Try new things. By new things, they mean whips. Speaking of whips, they sell them. They sell them as like
Mike
shrimp.
Miller.
This is a not approved for your rabbi podcast.
Do you guys mind if we do at least one podcast that we could actually air?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Air actually means in Arabic.
You got a story?
Anyway.
Got a story?
Yes, I have a story. So it was my birthday recently in July, and so I call this urologist who I had STI tests for because I'm very sexually desired here in Japan. So
you're telling us?
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is, right? You know how it is.
Like,
you have to beat him away with a
We're
stick.
smoldering.
You have to make appointments for the next month.
That's
anyway.
right.
I have to beat myself off with a stick. Sure.
Okay, so I call the urologist and I'm asking for my results, and he's like, gonorrhea negative, syphilis negative.
That doesn't sound good. Negative.
Chlamydia positive. I'm like, oh my god, what do I get for my birthday? Chlamydia.
I think I dated her once, actually.
Thankfully,
she's a black girl. She dances great.
Oh my goodness.
That it's funny. It's like you get a test. It's like you wanted to be tested for STDs, and it came back negative. I'm like, oh crap. No, that's good.
Thing.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
Negative is good?
Yeah. It's like pressing up on the elevator when you want it to come to you, but you want to go down.
So I took a urine test, and it came back positive. It's 100% urine.
She liked it?
It was positive,
okay.
Yeah. But I thought you were going to say about urologist. He calls up and he goes, you're in deep trouble.
No, thankfully, in Japan, it's relatively easy to get rid of these things. I just took my medication yesterday, and it was quite fun. The day before that, though, on Sunday... I had a gentleman over who likes pain, and I also had a stack of dirty dishes. So the way you have to turn your ignition key to start your car and the car moves, I had to whip him, and my dishes became clean. So it was it was like 2 whips per dish. I think that was the rate. And it was this guy's whips. Okay, he's Japanese, so he's very proper about these things. He had 2 size whips, a big whip and a small whip. The big whip measures from the window of my room to the sink in the kitchen.
Holy
That is he thinks that I'm damn Christian Grey. People, when they watch that movie, they think that people who are dominated are just rich and just have these cars and this very luxurious
Your apartment's
lifestyle.
not big enough.
I don't use that. I use a slipper, a wooden spoon, and a belt. That's all you're getting with me, unless you get your own damn equipment. And you better be good to me. Anyway, the small whip I could use. Thankfully, his back was to me, so he did not see me actually whipping myself and trying to master this whip. It's not easy to whip. It looks easy, but it's very difficult. I must have whipped
And you
myself.
say you're from the Middle East? Come on.
We don't use whips. We use sticks, like
That's
Bailey
more
does.
Saudi. That's more Saudi.
When I met my wife, and
Here we go.
When I met my wife, so I said, I'm into pain and punishment. I want you to punish me hard. So she married me, and it worked. It worked. It's true. She did more than any whip can do.
Very interesting. So was he wearing like leather pants or something? Because some of those guys are into
he
that.
looked like a pedestrian. He had whips on him, and he enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. It was very cathartic because I was going through a tough time. I'm like, because my friends just abandoned me, so I was whipping him. I'm like, you're enjoying this. You enjoy my company. I'm the best company you can ever have. I'm lovable. I'm awesome. I'm kind. I'm sweet. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Repeat after me. You are the kindest person ever.
Kind of like personal development.
Yes, actually, it was very helpful.
I'm going to tell a true story about when I first met Tofi.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
true.
Oh my goodness.
And when I first met him, and he heard my act, and he goes, "So you're a dirty Jew?" And he said "dirty Jew" like 12 times. This is a true story. And in about a 3-minute period, and I went home with doubts. I was thinking, either he's an anti-Semite, either he hates Jews, or he's just a soap fanatic. Dirty. It's the dirty part that you're worried about. You can be a dirty Jew, dirty Slav, dirty Norwegian, but dirty.
wait.
That's what he did.
But wait, did I say that in a condescending or disdainful tone, or did I say that with intrigue in the raise of my eyebrow, like, "Oh, you're a dirty, dirty Jew"?
Well,
dirty.
as I have someone at one of my jobs, when some guy thought I got him fired when I had no power to do it, and he knew I was Jewish, and he wrote, I actually framed this letter. He called me a sententious yid, which I wear that with pride.
What's
That's great.
sententious?
Sententious is someone who pretends to be smarter than they are.
Well, see, you know
You're
what?
redundant when you said yid, okay?
When you said sententious, you were trying to be smarter than.
Yeah, that's what you get for having an English literature degree, my dear.
So
Jesus.
when he sent me that, I wore that with pride. I'm like, yeah, sententious, that's a good one. And so I was thinking, I was looking up terms for that. And so you mentioned condescending. And I mentioned in other podcasts, I'm part of a VW club. I have a female friend who's very needy and codependent and very close, but she's very condescending sometimes. And I said to her, you're condescending to me. You patronize me too much. You're very condescending. She's half my age. She goes, I'm not condescending. And by the way, condescending comes from the Latin for condescendere, which means to be with someone and then go down, but not in the way that you're thinking. But it means to talk down to someone. But it used to mean to empathize, to come down to one's level.
I see.
But now condescending means arrogant prick, Yes. You're getting
Etymology with Mark Bailey.
You're getting paid with karma. And so my point was, you said the word condescension, and I just wanted to say that when people mention condescension, they always explain what it means to you, which is really demeaning and condescending. So I think we should ban that word. Because that's patronizing. Patronizing comes from the Latin patron, which means father, which means to talk to someone like you're a father, which is very demeaning to someone. Demeaning means to take away meaning from someone. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And the female version of patron.
How simple do I have to make it? It means I'm treating you like a schmuck.
Yes, and the female for patron is patrona, which means pimpess.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Shout out
there
to the
you go.
pimpesses of
So,
the
Mike, I
world.
did not mean to patronize you or
Patronize you.
condescend you, or talk to you like you're an idiot or anything. Or by idiot, I mean like someone who's like a moron. By moron, that's Latin. You wouldn't get that.
Yes.
By I mean like a
Is this-
fool. That's a long word for someone like you. So
in the Catalan tradition,
You sure?
it would be funny if I didn't actually have that argument about a day ago with.
And
with-
seriously,
with
that
the
person
VW club.
told you what it means originally, the etymology?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And also we'll
and
have.
Sirius comes from Syria. No, I'm kidding. Just pay attention to Syria.
Well, it's like when you mentioned gonorrhea, I'm like, did you know that instrument they play in Africa, Western Africa? It's kind of like a harp. It's called a rhea, and it's called the gonorrhea. Did you ever play that?
No.
He plays another instrument.
And it's like,
I
met this guy from Africa.
I play the whip.
I met this guy from Africa, and he was very,
Black?
he was very sarcastic.
There you go. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah. I said, I'd like to visit Africa sometime. He goes, yeah, a white person visiting Africa. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
And I said, hey, are you Senegal? Are you Senegal? Oh, come on.
No, Senegal.
All right. So, it's been Talk Funny. We'll be back with our special guest, and Mike Miller. Thanks for listening.